So we have a comment right here from my video, America is Broke. And it reads, I'm lucky if I save a couple $100 a month at this point. And that's working 40 hours a week on site. Been trying for a better and better job since graduating college, yet still feel stuck, especially with how expensive everything is now. Listen, man, it's ugly out there. It's ugly out there. And listen, I know a lot of you guys don't want to hear this, but you have to do more than just the 40 hours a week. The 40 hours a week is not going to cut it anymore in this economy or future economies, right? The traditional way of doing things, it no longer works. It is now null and void. That's why many Americans are struggling to keep up. Many Americans are lost in the sauce because they're still stuck in this old traditional way of doing things. 40 hours don't cut it no more. If you really want to get your head above water, right? If you really want to get ahead of most people, you have to be willing to, I mean, put in work. And we're talking about 50, 60 plus hours. And that's just how the cookie crumbles until you're able to make enough to sustain yourself to where you don't have to work extra hours or work overnight or pick up a second job. But in these times, man, it's you have to. And then college degrees, I mean, those are pretty much done. As we can see, more and more companies are requiring less and less accolades to get in the door, right? Once upon a time, you had to have this degree, you had to have this certification, right? You had to have all of these whole list of things that you're wondering like how is this an entry level position, right? How is this an entry level position, but you're requiring me to have 20, 30 years of experience, right? Where is that? How's that happening? And he also says, um, been trying for a better and better job since graduating college, yet still feel stuck, especially with how expensive everything is now. It's hard to save money. It's hard to save money, especially on one job. Like I just said, 40 hours a week is not going to cut it. Allow that 40 hours a week to pay your main bills. Allow that 40 hours a week to pay your expenses like your rent, light bill, car note, travel expenses, transportation expenses, those main things that you need, food, those main things that you need every single year. Use your main source of income to pay for those things. And unfortunately, you're going to have to pick up a second job. You're going to have to pick up something extra, right? You're going to have to work an extra 20 hours. You're going to have to work an extra 30 hours or whatever your body can sustain. You're going to have to do that. That's the only way you're going to be able to save money. Or if you're able to pick up overtime, at your main source. But if you're not able to pick up overtime at your main source, guess what? You got to go pick up something secondary. And this is just the world that we live in. This is the America that we stay in now. People have two, three jobs now, right? So I get your frustration, but I'm gonna be brutal with you. You can't really be frustrated until you've pushed yourself to the max. You can't really be frustrated until you've been able to push yourself to the max. 40 hours, that's come on, bro. That's nothing. That's nothing. You got people putting in 50, 60 hours and then going to another job, right? If you want to make it work, right? If you want to put your head above water, if you want to save money, then guess what? You got to be above average, right? If you want to be a normie, then go ahead and work your 40 hours. You're going to struggle for the rest of your life. You're not going to have any kind of retirement savings. You're not going to have anything put up. You're gonna work until your bones are brittle, until your legs and arms fall off, right? So I understand your frustration, but that's my advice to you. Pick up a second job, pick up some extra hours, and then you will see the difference, and then you will be able to um, put that money up. Or like you said, find a skill that you know. is going to pay you a bunch of money. Find you a skill that you know is going to create upward mobility, right? But that's getting harder and harder nowadays. You're better off picking up entrepreneurship, or you're better off picking up something that is internet based, because the internet and entrepreneurship, this is where the money is now. The traditional 9 to 5 is pretty much dead. It's pretty much dead unless you have some kind of high end skill, unless you're some kind of, professional, like an attorney, a doctor, orthodontist, or something of that nature, engineering, something like that. I mean, even STEM is getting hit hard, pretty hard, and their whole, the way that they used to do things is also changing as well. So find your high end skill, try to develop your own business, try to go into business for yourself, right? Get on the internet, that can mean a variety of things, right? Just look into these things. And I promise you, you can change your life if you want to.